So I'd like to welcome everybody. Thank you all for coming tonight to celebrate with us. I'd like to recognize some special guests we have tonight. Obviously, Mr. Domenico and Mrs. Domenico. Our town manager, Tony Marino. Some former and present town council members, Hall of Fame athletes, citizens. Before we get started, I'd just like to give you, for the folks that may not know about Mr. D, he has quite an accomplished biography. He was a graduate in 1945 of Winthrop High.
Cheerleader.
He was a multiple sport athlete, Bentley Swift winner, a fellow veteran, United States Navy, 46 to 48. He went on to play college baseball, college tennis, and we all know him as a beloved coach of tennis and baseball in the 60s, and as our beloved principal who kept us all in line, and just a wonderful human being.
Some of us.
Correct. And in addition, Mr. Domenico was affiliated with a lot of organizations in the town. He was affiliated with the Elks, the Knights of Columbus, many other organizations, and he's certainly one of the most beloved people in the town of Winthrop, and he set a wonderful, wonderful example as a role model to a lot of us that were under his charge when he was principal at the high school, and obviously the players that he coached. So I'd like to also say, I got a little late note from somebody on behalf of Mike Arizioni. Mike said that it is an unbelievable honor for the town to recognize a great man like John Domenico and to have the tennis courts named after him. So at this time, I would like to ask Mr. Domenico to come up and say a few words, if you would, please.
Because there are so many of you who have been...
Keep it right up close. Keep it right up close.
There you go.
There you go.
Now you're comfortable. Wow. All right, you and I will tear up and we'll play You and You. Ladies and gentlemen, this is indeed an honor. This is like coming home. I was raised on Reed Street, right behind me. So for all the time that I was going to school here in Winthrop, I had to come down Reed Street and past this area. And at first it was a dirt court, and then the town thought better of that. And we have hard courts, as we call them, and now they're hard courts again. And this is just so wonderful. It's coming home. And as I look at you, I can picture an event.
Okay.
An event.
Go ahead.
An event or a happening, and you were an integral part of it. We go back to, I look over this side, and I see my brother-in-law. Couldn't have done it without him. And back here, I don't know that gentleman. He's a photographer.
Like the browse. Oh, there you go.
Behind him, Bobby DeFelice is hiding. He's in so many Hall of Fames. This is just second nature to him. Bobby, it's been great from day one. And could ask for more success over at Bentley. He's Mr. Bentley. He's Mr. Bentley. And I look next, who's that gentleman next to you, that rugged-looking guy?
Chris Zikos.
All right. Chris Zikos. My God. Look, I could go on forever, and I'm sure you've heard this spiel before. Don't let them get on the rolls. But when I look at you, there's a story behind everyone. There is a story, and it's a good story. I love this place. I miss it. We spent some time in Arizona, and we are now in Maine. And, well, they have some wonderful things. They have, my yard is a beautiful jungle out back, but I still love it. I still love it. And incidentally, you people are maintaining the property. Everything looks great here. It really looks wonderful. You should be very proud. Your town councilors, your governing body, I know has worked very hard at it. I see my longtime friend, and he's in politics. He's a lawyer, Phil Boncory. Bad news. Bad news. You people are in trouble. I'm looking back there. I see Howie Conley, like the kid I didn't have. Again, we can go up and down, but I want to thank you. This is a real honor. We have some tennis players here. For you tennis players, would you please raise your hand? Okay. You're in charge of these courts now, and I will make sure that we're going to check it out every once in a while. And who are these people who are going to pickleball? What is that stuff? Gee whiz. I thought we had it made. I thought it was all tennis. Then suddenly this crazy game, pickleball. I'm glad they're not saying the Domenico pickleball court. Yeah, there's something about that word pickle. Well, look, I don't want you standing around. I certainly appreciate those of you who have made it a point to come down here to this dedication, and hopefully it's going to be a long time. But you people are now in control. I see Ronnie Catton has a big smile back there. I don't know what he's smiling about. And my nephew Robert, I know I got a nephew. Once in a while we talk on the phone. Sometimes we talk on the phone. But listen, let's not lose touch. Would you please stay with us? Very shortly you're going to be hearing about the Winthrop High School Hall of Fame Athletic Committee. And there are some from that group here. Will they please raise their hands? They are carrying this group. Many of you are members of the Hall of Fame. And we certainly hope that that continues, and that on I don't know, maybe every other year or every year, you will have a new group coming in. I'm looking at Peggy Sheehan Bailey. She's been on the committee since God knows when. But when she comes after you, be ready. She'll be looking for you. Peg, raise your hand. And we have the Bernstein girl. And I'm looking at my friend here, Bud Cole. Bad news in high school. Cigar smoking young man. Unfortunately, he's changed a great deal. And maybe it's his wife who has had something to do with it. So, as my wife has to do with me. But again, I don't stand around here all night looking down here at my I have a new, it's Larry. I'm married for the second time. And boy, did I hit it lucky. My wife, Elaine, and her maiden name was Everbeck. And she's now taking care of John. But
He's taking care of me.
smile, please. I see Richie Tebow up there. I see the Freeland couple, Dr. Freeland. I think they're in Marblehead as we speak.
The Dementos.
And, well, the Dominicos, how can you miss that name? And Marge, I know you're not feeling up to snuff, but you and I, we'll manage to sneak in a quick 1, 2, 3. But look, if I miss any of you, there's Joe Ison standing behind the Dominicos. I gave lessons on these courts through the park department. And we had, I would say 3 classes from 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12. And Joe's mother let him come with me. Within a year, I could bring this, I think he was about 8 years old, and I would say to Joe, take this group over there and show them how to hit. That's how much of a promise he showed as a young man. Now he's almost a professional golfer.
Pickleball. I'm in a pickleball.
And pickleball too. Now, I have a good pal, Haskell Jaffe.
Right behind here, John.
More than helpful in anything that John Domenico wanted to try to accomplish. I'd ask Haskell for advice. A well-rounded athlete, a great tennis player, a pickleball player. He got the cutest wife.
She's
Where is she? Yeah, she is. She's going to get me. I saw Doc. The last person that I played any kind of tennis with was a young gentleman named Bill Schmidt. Bill Schmidt has given a lot to the town in that he's been on the Board of Health. He's a tremendous writer. He served on the athletic committee with us. I couldn't beg him enough to stay with it, but he was very helpful, very helpful. Billy, raise your hand, please. If I missed any of you, it's only because I don't want to keep you here this long. Hopefully
They're going to come back to the.
You're going to come back to the Elks with us, have some light refreshments, and maybe we can continue our
Well, you can talk to everybody.
one-way conversation.
Yeah.
Again, thanks for all of you who made this possible. The town council had to vote on it, so I thank them. And I don't know who put influence on them. There was a young man named John Munson, I think. And he was very, he was the one who tipped me off that, hey, you're the guy that they're naming the courts after. But I just wanted you to know I'm quite impressed with the caliber of people you have. And as I look over there, I see a gentleman. Would you raise your hand, please?
Yeah.
And your name is?
If you don't mind me taking a second.
Oh, please.
I didn't come here for myself today because I was not an athlete and I never played tennis. But I had a mother, and about 2 o'clock last night, although she passed away, I felt the shake on my shoulder that said, you better be there tomorrow. And I came here today for my mother, and for Irma Levy, and for Max Winneman, and for Dottie Goldberg, and for all the people that back when I was a kid started tennis and grew tennis from a root. And you know that when you grow from a root, it's there forever. annuals grow from a root and perennials grow from a root because they come back time and time again. And you created that root. And I hope only one thing. Too often we see signs and we can't connect the dots. But I hope that when people come here in the future, they get to realize that your footprint is here, not just on the fence, but in what we call in Hebrew the neshama, the soul of the courts and the soul of sport, and more importantly, the soul of being a mensch. And in Yiddish, the word mensch means that you just did it right. And you lived your life well, and you lived your life good, and you lived your life as a shining star for all of us. And for that, on behalf of all these people, and all the people who are here, I just want to say, Baruch Hashem to you. So, good job.
I appreciate that so much. His mom planned when they had a what would you call it, testimonial when you leave the school system. His mother planned everything. Rona Mayo, and she was a love. I'll miss her. Again, we could go on and on. We could see this. Is there something that you're Becky?
No, Mr. D, all we have to have you do is unveil the sign, if you would not mind. I know it's. Please. All you have to do is pull it up. Are you speaking?